And here we go. This is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor, and I'm glad that you are with me this bright and cheery day. Just a few clouds up in the sky today, but it's going to be a good day. I went outside because today's garbage day and took the dog out. It's hot outside already. It is hot outside already. I mean, it's what time am I doing this at? I'm doing this at 8:44 and we're already at 80 degrees. So it's humid and it's going to be hot. Which is okay. That's part of life when you live in the South. It just is that way. So I'm ready for it. I am ready for it. I tell you, I have come to the conclusion, and I don't like saying this, but I'm sorry, but I've come to the conclusion that we have a problem. And it's within our nation. And I made this statement earlier today when I first got up on Twitter and all the other places that I post. And I said this. I said, I am beginning to see the socialist, the liberal, and the devil as the enemy. They're all in the same body, all in the same human body, with the three heads of evil with the goal to destroy a free America. And I see it more and more every day, especially right now when this COVID thing, they always bring up this COVID thing when it's election time. And now they want people to wear masks. Teachers are going to school with masks on. The president is wearing a mask. Because they can't seem to get away from COVID. Even with masks on, they can't get away from COVID in the White House, it seems like. But I really feel that we've got this bed of evil that is surrounding our freedoms and trying to take them away on a daily basis. And we're going to see more and more of it as we get closer to this election. And we all have got to, I'm afraid to say this, but we're going to have to drop to our knees and we're going to have to start praying for this nation as hard as we can. And it's got to be a daily thing, a daily prayer that you put before God. We've just got evil. We've got evil that's trying to destroy a very loving and careful nation. And we're in trouble. The other issue is, I read a good article. And I love reading these articles that give ideas, right? So Entrepreneur, I believe it's Entrepreneur. Let me look and see just 1 second. I believe it was Entrepreneurship that came out with a article this morning. Yeah, it was Entrepreneur magazine. Giving some ideas of what to do because we're all having to come to grips with what's happening in the economy at the moment. If you listen to The Economist, I was browsing through my content this morning, and there was one economist saying, we won't see a recession. Then another one said, we're going to see the worst recession ever. And then we see business people out there saying, yeah, we're going to be hit with a recession. We're already in a recession, people. We have been in a recession a long time, but no one wants to admit it. We are in a recession. And so we're seeing all this. And businesses are going into bankruptcy. It's gone up by 10% this year over last year. And business bankruptcies. So we have to be very, very careful about how we're running our businesses. So they came up with some ideas, and we're going to go through it. And I'll tell you whether or not if I need to tweak it or not, okay? The first one they came up with, and I agree with this one wholeheartedly, 100%. Especially when you're in a situation where your economics within the company, the money flow is a problem. So what do you need to do? Foster a culture of open communication. You've got to be able to have that communication ties with your employees, your customers, stakeholders, because during a crisis, this is a crisis. Now, I have been through a crisis. And I tell you, if you don't keep your communication going, the name calling and everything else in the bitterness develops very quickly. So you need to keep that communication open. And then you have employees that lose faith in you, And what happens? They begin to quit. So you continually got to keep that communication flowing. If you're short of cash, communicate it. If you need to collect money, communicate it. Communication is the key, okay? This approach builds trust and enables everyone to work together towards a common goal. Ultimately, how you engage with your workforce, and the impacted community during a crisis will go a long way toward forging even stronger relationships. I believe in that 100%. That one I agree with. And then number 2, build strong relationships with stakeholders. Develop and maintain strong relationships with your customers, your suppliers, your investors, and other key stakeholders during the crisis. These relationships can provide valuable support, resources, and collaborative opportunities. Cultivate a sense of partnership and mutual trust that extends beyond challenging times. Very true. So I give that a check mark. I agree with that. Number 3, analyze and learn from past crises. I tell you, if you go back and look how companies handled a crisis, you will find ways to apply it towards your personal business crisis. When we have a recession, we're in a crisis. When we have inflation, it's a crisis because it's affecting everybody. Your clients, your employees, your business, and your life personally. So go back and look and see how people handled crisis. Study up on how they handled a crisis. If you need help, let me know, because I have been through a crisis, a doozy of one, and I can tell you exactly what we did to, in fact, maybe I'll do a podcast on that. The 4th one, they said, seek professional guidance. This is the most important one. Talk to your accountant. Talk to your pastor. Talk to a good business coach. Call me. I'm a good business coach. Just call me. And we will go through all of your issues, and then we will prioritize them and get you on a road to controlling your issues and your crises, okay? Number 5, establish crisis management protocols. When we had a crisis in my office, I could have run away. That's one of the things you don't want to run away. You don't want to run away. You want to stand there and face the crisis. And so I began sitting down and I said, okay, XYZ, you are going to handle the communication. So when a call comes in to find out what's happening with the company, you're going to be the point. So we developed the script and we developed the talking points for her to follow. And then the other one was on the finances and the payroll and filing the tax returns correctly and timely and getting everything done. Because my crisis happened right on the very last 3 days of tax season. So I had to quickly come into power, and not power, in control, I should say, and put together some criteria of how we were going to manage this crisis. And I have applied that same approach to other companies that I have consulted to on their crisis. So you need to build a team and tell your team what they need to say, what they need to do, who they need to contact, what the priority of our clients are. Number 6, invest in technology and digital capabilities. I did that. That was the time where I moved everything to the cloud. I moved everything. Our tax processing to the cloud. Accounting software to the cloud. Analytical software to the cloud. Communications, even our phone systems went to the cloud. So that we could be anywhere at any given time and have everything at our fingertips. And we had to do it because we needed that technology available to us if we were on the road, if we were in the car, if we were in the store, wherever we were at, we had that ability to answer our clients' questions very quickly. I'm so happy we did that. So invest in some technology. Number 7 was embrace a growth mindset. Change your mindset from disaster or crisis mode and start to sit down with your team and go over what can we do to have a growth mindset, and we can put it into place to get our business on the road. We may not be making that much money, but at least we're on the road and we're going forward and we're going to have some type of success at some point in time. One cannot know when that success will be. So you have to all be on the same road path, the same mindset. Then the next one was prioritize employee well-being. Most important thing. It means so much to employees when they know that when we're going through a crisis or through a tough economical time, to know that they are truly needed. I loved my staff. I tell you, I would do anything for my staff when we were going through that crisis because they were supporting me, I was supporting them, and we were supporting our clients. So I prioritized my employee well-being, and we took them out to dinner, we took them out to breakfast, and we did whatever we needed to do to know that they were being focused on. We knew that they were contributing to the success and the growth of that company, of our company. And that's what we had to do. Then the ninth thing was diversify creativity. And then, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to go through this real fast. Number 10, stay agile and adaptive. You're going to have to be moving around a little bit. You have a common goal, you have a common mindset of where you're going to go, but you have to be agile. You've got to be able to jump in and jump out. You've got to be able to adapt to different situations. You're going to have mad clients coming in, and they are going to be coming down on you, and you're going to have to adapt to a calm mindset, a calm thought process in order to resolve their issues. Because remember, they've heard all of these rumors and everything else of what's happening. So you have to stay agile and adaptable. I think that all 10 of those were very good. And if you keep that in the back of your mind when you're running your business, think of this economic time that we're going through as a crisis. And it means sitting down and planning your budgets. It means to sit down and making sure everybody on your team, everyone in your company knows the direction that you're going and you communicate it. If you have partners in your business, make sure that all the partners are on the same page. Don't be going off into different directions because you're trying to keep the company afloat. You're trying to keep the company going forward. And once partners begin bickering and going off in other directions, then you have conflict. You don't want to have conflict in a crisis. And if you do have conflict, call me and I will sit down and we'll hash it out. Because I mediate these types of things with partners. Well, that's it for today. But I just wanted to let you know that there are options out there if you're running your business that you can adapt to very quickly. And you can manage a crisis very good as long as you sit down. In fact, right now you should be putting it into the back of your mind. What would I do if there was no more cash? What would I do if employees started to leave? What would I do if clients begin to call you names? There's all kinds of scenarios. Get your communication process in order. Communicate very well. Be strong. Be motivated. And you will make it through. I guarantee it. I did it. You can do it too. And you have me as a backup if you need to bounce things off of. I'm more than happy to do that. Everybody go out and have a great day. This is a crisis, but we've made it through a whole bunch of other crises before. And sometimes we have money, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we have good luck, and sometimes we don't. But it's you and I, babe, and we're going to make it through. If you would like to sit down with me, go to my website at www.lodge-co.com or send me an email at thebusinessadvisor@gmail.com. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye.